put the stuff?
Let's see, you want to put it in the back seat, I guess, here? Pop it in there somewhere.
There, I got my big suitcase.
All right.
It's over here.
Okay. That's good.
No, I told you where, right?
Pearl City somewhere? Oh yeah, you wanted to give me the address, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll put it in the GPS, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Use light. 1510 HOOLI Circle, Pearl City.
Circle, got it. All right. We're ready. All right, so how you doing this morning?
Very good.
So we're going to church, huh?
Well, I'm
Bible
going
study?
to a pastor's prayer meeting.
Oh, that's great.
Met this dear woman on the Big Island at a little church called Kingdom Culture.
Kingdom culture.
Kingdom Culture. Her name is Helena.
Okay.
I haven't met these other people, but
What's Helena do?
oh, she's a pastor, but she's got a gift of prophecy.
I didn't know women could be pastors.
In the Pentecostal church, they can.
Oh,
That's the title.
okay.
She's actually the real deal.
But I thought women weren't allowed to usurp authority over men.
She
and to
doesn't.
teach men.
She doesn't.
How can she be a pastor? Is she pastoring women? Does she pastor women? Is that why she take a title of pastor?
Because everybody in the Hawaiian culture that has any leadership role is called cat pastor. This is Hawaiian.
Oh.
I've been quite a few countries. I'm retired Merchant Marine and Navy.
Yeah.
And I did missionary work in all these different places. I've been in all these different cultures.
Okay.
Her sharing and talking about the people who she hadn't met was right on the money.
Okay.
And I've read very few that claim to have the gift of prophecy that really haven't. This one does.
Yeah. She's a prophetess. So a prophetess. If she's a woman, she's a prophet.
Yeah, she's a woman prophetess. This is what she really is.
Yeah.
They all, if you have any kind of leadership role in a Hawaiian culture church, you're called a pastor.
Huh. Hawaiian culture.
Yeah, she's Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
Well, obviously you're a believer, so
Well, I'm a Christian, just a normal Christian, yeah.
yeah.
Got my King James Bible and believe it.
Yeah. I can tell that from your car.
Yeah. Oh, I preach the gospel every single day. Yeah.
I totally believe it, sir.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
It's I get a lot of opportunities out here in Waikiki.
You bet you get a lot of opportunities.
Get
here.
plenty of sinners.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
Yeah, a lot of destitute people.
Yeah.
So you come from, where'd you come from?
San Diego originally. So this
That's
is
my hometown.
We're going to Pearl City.
Going to Pearl City.
Wonder why my GPS wants to go the other way. It wants me to go that way. That's awfully weird. So I'm a little bit suspect. Where Huili.
That's my
Circle.
hometown. So where do you?
Yeah. I grew up in Ramona.
Yep. My brother ended up in a handicap home in Ramona.
Is that right? What town were you from there?
I was from San Diego itself. My
Yeah.
dad taught at Southwestern
Okay.
and at California State and at Hilltop High. He was an educator.
Nice.
I joined Uncle Samuel's Canoe Club in San Diego. In fact, I joined my dad's unit.
Uh-huh.
He was commander.
The Canoe Club.
Well, those of us in the Navy can call it Uncle
Oh,
Samuel's
no.
Canoe Club. You guys can't. We can.
Yeah. I did 4 years in the Army. U.S. Army.
Yeah.
Got out.
Well, I'm so old that I'm a non-veteran.
Oh, yeah.
But of course I was on ships. Though they tried to get me on what was then called the PT boats. They're now called the Swift boats. But they tried to get me, but my dad warned me.
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't be talking to me. That was the highest casualty rate
Yeah.
in World War II and in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Higher than any other casualties.
Yeah, that's a dangerous job, though. You're basically a turkey shoot out there.
Well, you know why. You go up the rivers, you got cover on both sides, and
I
you
mean,
shoot it.
How could you possibly survive that? I mean,
Very few did. That's
I
what I'm
know.
talking about.
That's a
My father
a
was
couple missions of that. They just think they'd scrap that idea.
father was a World War II officer veteran and
Wow.
XO of the Harbor Defense Unit. So of course he told me what to do and what not to do,
Yep.
which saved my life.
Yeah, it did.
That's for sure I'd have died out there. Of course they offer you promotion and high pay and so on and all this.
Sure.
Then later on, when I was a naval weapon school at Norfolk, they came around trying to get us to work with the Contras. That's way back in 1986,
Uh-huh.
Nicaragua. That one I was really tempted. Needed the money.
Okay.
But I thought, And the week after I graduated, I went and saw the movie Sniper,
Oh.
which was about a group that was a true story about a group of guys like what I'd have been doing
Mm-hmm.
that were killed in Panama, drug addiction and so on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'd have been doing, except for the Contras. I'd have been the radio guy. So that one.
So did you ever get married and have kids or anything?
Got married. I was visiting my daughter and her husband and her 2 little kids.
Oh. Grandpa.
Yeah. I've got 2 daughters and 5 grandkids.
Nice.
The oldest is 21 and she just got accepted to medical school. She's at Stanford.
Your granddaughter?
Yeah, the oldest one. She's a world champion,
Really?
silver medal world champion crew person.
Rower.
Yeah, rower.
Nice.
She won for Stanford. She
Beautiful.
was on her way to the 2016 Olympics,
Oh, wow.
but she's got a head on her shoulders and she's got to put it into
Yeah.
studying to be a doctor, which is,
My calling.
well, she already won the world championship. Okay, she could medal at the Olympics, but she's got the rest of her life ahead of her.
Sure.
Now, granddaddy.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd have loved to seen her get a medal at the Olympics, but I'm proud of her that she chose wisdom.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
But then she's very smart,
As long as she doesn't have any regrets, I think she'll be alright.
Her boyfriend will be in the Olympics.
She got a boyfriend in the Olympics?
Well, her sister, and her boyfriend, all of them, potential Olympics. The boyfriend's already been accepted. She would have been. The sister, probably.
Nice.
The sister just got accepted to Princeton. The sister's a couple of years younger.
Wow. So how'd you get my number?
Huh?
How did you get my phone number?
Well, we saw your taxi right
Oh, you
next
did?
to where
Oh.
my kids are staying. And we thought, well, a believer, why not?
808 Kingdom. All right. Yeah. Well, that's good, you know, because I pay $14 a month for that number, and once in a while somebody calls it that pays for it. Yeah, when I called it and found out it was available, I had to have it, but I had to pay $14 to get a business line, and then they forward the number to my cell phone.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So how long have you been living here?
9 years.
Wow.
Came here on my honeymoon 10 years ago, and a year later we sold everything and moved here. Got 2 daughters, 8 and 5.
Yep. Little one, a daughter, granddaughter is 7, Naomi, and the little boy is 9, Noah.
Yeah.
And then Nancy is 21 in May. Grace, 18 in September. Peter, 12, that's the other daughter.
Yeah.
They live on Bainbridge Island and near Seattle.
So,
Of course, I live in the real Hawaii.
yeah. Big Island?
Got it. Oh, you figured it out right away.
You're FBI.
Good for you.
You're the FBI
Yeah.
from Big Island.
I, of course, came here because I worked for the Navy and was
Yeah.
in the Navy and then worked for Matson and
Oh, Matson, yeah.
I was the communications guy.
And when did you find Jesus? When did you get saved? When did you get born again?
1957, Easter Sunday, College Avenue Baptist Church, San Diego, California.
I've been there. I've been to College Avenue.
Yep.
Most of my mom's side of the family, they're Baptist over there.
I thought that.
Yep.
Reverend Milo Nixon. He was one of the best Bible expositors of Southern California.
Yeah,
And
right.
his friend was a guy by the name of Tim LaHaye,
Right.
who wrote the How to Way series.
That was back when they had the King James Bible.
Well, they still have them, but anyway.
They're pretty much all on NIV now. Sadly.
I know.
Sadly. I don't like that version.
But I was a navigator.
Yep.
And was Youth with Christ. Youth for Christ.
I'm in the Gideons over here.
Yep, no, the Gideons are.
Yep.
The group I was in supported missionaries. We worked with Brother Andrew to send Bibles to the former Soviet Union.
Wow.
Many years later, I got to go there,
Wow.
a la Navy.
Yeah.
Never thought I would do it. 26 countries. So you College Avenue Baptist Church, what a trip!
Yeah, I've been in there. I used to go there with my grandmother
Yeah.
and my uncle. They're big time. They're still going there. My aunt. They're all members of that church.
Yeah, well,
I'm not a Baptist. I couldn't get into the Baptist doctrine. I'm more a Pentecostal kind of guy. But
well, I had
I
the
love everybody that loves Jesus.
interesting experience of getting baptized in the Holy Spirit.
Did you really?
While I was in the Baptist church, and of course I was
Wow.
young and excited, so I talked about it. So it was quite an interesting experience.
Yeah, I bet. They're like, whoa. What you doing speaking in tongues?
I got the left foot of fellowship many times.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know, it's a good thing, you know, get the baptism and go out there and be a witness. Yeah.
Well, I was becoming an atheist like my father, and I didn't know it, but I've been dedicated to the spirits by my witchcraft medium great aunt.
Wow.
That's because I was born in Salem Hospital. My ancestors were hung as witches, and
Wow.
we came over on the Mayflower.
Wow. With that
Of course,
Bishop's
I knew
Bible.
none of the above, but had the effects.
Had had that Bishop's Bible there.
Huh?
That's when they had the Bishop's Bible, I guess it was. Or
What?
they were using the Bishop's Bible on the Mayflower, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were the third voyage.
Really?
Most people know only about the first voyage. There were 3.
There was 3.
The first was 1620, the last one was 1628, and that's the one we were on. That is, of course, my relatives.
Yeah. Wow.
I had relatives that were hung at the trials.
Oh, the witch trial?
And, Salem witchcraft trials, 1692.
Okay.
And ones that were judges.
Judges?
Both.
Wow.
And I found out when I came here that I'm distantly related to the person that brought the gospel to me. Who was a congregational, was from New England.
Wow.
I didn't know any of this.
It's interesting when you find out about your past. My grandmother was real big into the genealogies.
Yeah, my dad was too. That's how I found out.
Yeah.
And my distant ancestor founded Livermore, California.
Livermore. Wow.
Which, of course, my name is Clifford Livermore.
Oh, no kidding.
So I heard the gospel in this Baptist church. That's not how I received Christ.
Okay. 1957, you said, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't take, and I went home convinced that I had an illusionary experience,
Right.
which I was very disappointed because I wanted it to be true.
Yeah.
So the next morning, standing next to my bed, invisible of course, you don't have to believe it, it doesn't matter, it's true,
Yeah.
was none other than God, who spoke directly to my mind and answered every one of my questions, and I had a conversation like I'm having with you.
Really?
Yes.
That's great.
And
So
then
that convinced you?
and then the spirit being that taught me magic because of the medium aunt showed up at the foot of my bed.
Yeah.
It had been so horrible, I'd repressed it for 10 years. But he couldn't get through the shield.
Yeah. Through the shield.
Yeah. Believers have a shield.
Right.
It's called the armor of God.
Wow.
Christ himself is our shield, but we also have guardian angels.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
God put up a shield to protect me from Merlin, the magician,
Yeah.
because that's who taught me magic.
Right.
And you ever see the movie Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking to Harry Potter here,
Okay.
not the fictional one, the real one.
So you got the real one. You're the real one, huh?
Yeah, I read minds, talked to animals, did all that stuff.
It's real, huh?
Of course, it's real.
Yeah. There's demonic spirits that that's what you're channeling through demonic
My
spirits. and magic,
ancestors were warlocks and druid masters.
right? Really?
They sacrificed people to the devils.
Really?
That's how come when I came here, the night watchers met me.
Yeah.
And I preached the gospel to them.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's how come when I go to foreign countries that are full of occultism, the people listen to me.
Yeah. So you got a witness there. You got a testimony.
Well, not only that, I know the power of Jesus. I've kicked ghosts out of houses and demons out of people.
Yeah.
I predicted a resurrection miracle, which I told the Mother Teresa's group in Amsterdam and the underground church in Romania.
Wow.
Little
That's
girl
awesome.
raised from the dead in front of hundreds of people
Yeah. Yeah.
in Brazil. I was teaching in a seminary, and we were teaching on faith
Yeah.
from Hebrews 11, and when verse 26 says, some women receive their dead back to life by faith. Now, I don't get this often. But it was one of these times that I heard directly from God, you tell the people that 60 miles away, right now, someone is being raised from the dead because of faith and what this is talking about.
Yeah.
When I said that, the Holy Spirit fell, the place took off, and at that moment, the little girl who had been run over was raised from the dead.
Wow.
I met that little girl. They asked me to preach at her church. And the odds are like you winning the mega lottery.
Yeah.
There's 20 million people. There's no way I could find out.
Yeah.
But did, of course. And then I died twice. Once during Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I came back. They did a death certificate and everything on it. That means you're thoroughly dead.
Yeah.
It's not near
By
dead.
the time they typed that up, you're way dead.
And I came back. Jesus actually spoke my name and said, wake up.
Wow.
Because I remembered the story of Lazarus.
Yeah.
And then the last time was August 29th, 2009. I was the first guy in the state of Hawaii to be pulled out. They called me the Miracle Man of West Hawaii Hospital, Kamoela, on the Big Island.
Yeah. Miracle Man. You came back.
The doctor was just stunned because I exceeded the limit. My kids were told to come bury me. They came from California and Washington to bury me, and I woke up as if nothing had happened.
Wow.
Shocked the doctor like crazy.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
And then he says, oh, this is incredible, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, if you think this is incredible, let me tell you about the real incredible one.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Huh?
That's awesome.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah. God is awesome.
Have I figured it out? No.
No, well, God.
Do I
can
know
do
that
anything.
God has an eternal purpose for me? Yes.
Yeah.
I've had visits to heaven and hell. Real ones, not imaginary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say my first visit was to hell.
Yeah.
That's where I first saw Jesus.
Yeah.
He delivered me. It was a dream, but it was real.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like described in Revelation chapter 1.
Yeah.
Except, of course, I'd never read it, didn't know who it was. Did know the place was death and it was awful.
Yeah.
Didn't know what the symbols meant until I was at College Avenue Baptist Church a year later, and the guy, the minister, read the description of Christ in Revelations 1, at which time I had what's called a total recall.
Total recall.
You know what total recall is?
Yeah.
I had it.
There it is.
And I'd just been saved by an angel from death on a cliff the day before.
Wow.
All of this while becoming an atheist. Because my dad was a math professor
Right.
and an officer. Boy, was he shook up.
Man, I'll see.
But got to see the man go to heaven.
Yeah.
Had the privilege of leading my own father to Christ.
That's awesome, man.
Took 36 years, but he came.
I hope my dad's in heaven. He didn't. He only said one time. He said, "I believe in Jesus," but every other time other than that, he was pretty against the Bible.
Oh, there are people like that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Such as the thief on the cross.
Yeah. He might have had a moment at the last second. I don't know. I didn't get to talk to him the last few
Well, I
hours of his
witnessed
life.
to him for years, and it was
Yeah.
a long process. I stood on Act 16, let's see, 1631 I think it is, or 13 or something. Believe on the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved, and thy household. When I was 16. My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my entire household.
That's amazing. Well, pray for me. My wife and my two daughters are in Texas. We went to Texas to join a church, and I ended up doing more ministry to them than they did to me.
I know how that
And I
is.
had to come back to Hawaii because I know I'm called to Hawaii to minister and preach the gospel, but I had to go there for some reason.
So where in Texas?
They're in Marshall, Texas. It's been 6 months. I haven't been able to get them back here yet. It's
Well,
really expensive.
when you stop, we'll pray.
Yeah, pray for me.
Yeah, I of course went there with the merchant marine.
Yeah.
He was on the tank. Went there with the Navy too. Navy comm schools outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pray.
But yeah, this is a great job for preaching the gospel. I mean,
Oh, you bet it is.
yeah, I give out my little card here. You know, that's my business card. You
Oh.
open it up, it's a track.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
I'm 44.
Yeah, that's quite a while.